Se mueven las cosas acá. Parece que la entidad que hay acá me revolea las cosas. Oh. Una cabeza cortada. En un lavarropa. Bueno, ahora empiezan a volar los pernos. Tengo que salir cagando. Ahí está. Claro, igual lo que pasó acá fue que un tipo se volvió loco y mató a su pareja y a sus hijos. Fuera. No me quiere la entidad. Y allá está el fantasma. Acá no hay nada. Ahí dice lo que yo dije. Esta parte es media... Empiezan a volar las cacerolas. Es el fantasma de la mujer que te ayuda. Quiere que le ayudes. Y acá me parece... Acá no era, me parece. Ah, mira, me aumenta la defensa. El fantasma ataca. Oh. Me han sacado vida. Acá está el colgante. Bueno, ahora tengo que volver al asylum. A ver. No sé a dónde me lleva este, pero en algún lado voy a salir. Ah, está bien. Está Janet.
Not even a knock? I could have been undressing. And who knows what I would have had to do to you. You're here to see Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria, aren't you? Therese is out making a show of how well her lips fit on the pants seat of the Camarilla. Did you happen to find her chastity belt or something?
Igual no le voy a decir lo que tengo.
So, Therese told me you might be back with something for her. Do you have it with you?
No, no se lo voy a dar.
I'm not just some silly doll, you know. All my life, my sisters made me out to be a joke. She told you I was an embarrassment, didn't she? That I couldn't tie my shoes, let alone hold on to something for her. Is that it?
Yo no te lo daría ni la... No, no, por favor.
She's always belittling me. She's the smart one, she's the favorite, she's the successful one. Well, that's not fair! I'm not a fool! This club's success is just as much my doing as it is hers.
Comprendo, pero sigo sin poder dártelo.
Do you understand what it's like to have your own flesh and blood ripping you apart on a daily basis for 2 lifetimes? Can you?
No, no se lo voy a dar.
Fine, you hold on to it. Since you were so willing to brave that big spooky place for my darling sister, how about doing a teensy tiny favor for little troubled me? Do you know Gallery Noir down the street? I happen to know there's a charity event being organized there. Lots of influential Santa Monicans slithering in for token appearances. But there's one thing they don't know. The whole event's been set up by a kindred trying to establish their own power clique in our city. And we can't let that happen, can we? So I need some brilliant young upstart to spoil the milk. I promise this won't take long. Take this knife. Give the paintings in the gallery a good slashing. Don't get caught, and don't turn it into a massacre. And steal the charity box, would you? Buy yourself something velvet, but...
Vale.
I'm sure Therese will be thrilled to honor your agreement when you get back. But in the meantime, get to the museum and ruin those paintings. Then pay me a visit. I want to hear all about it. Hurry up. I can only amuse myself for so long. Oh, and there was something about the paintings. What was it? I can't remember. Oh well, have fun, Duckling. How to amuse myself this time.
Ahí están las hermanas Malkavian. Ahora me puedo meter en la PC de 3. Ah, no, ahí no puedo. Acá no hay nada. Bueno. Y aparte me estoy olvidando la misión del pool. Podría pasar por ahí también. A ver, tengo 5 puntos. Voy a subir intrusión otra vez. Este me pide 8. Nada, entonces fuera. Este pide 10. Escudo de sangre. Ese es muy bueno. Los trémeres son sorprendentes. A ver, no me acuerdo. Ah, tengo que ir al hospital. Bueno. Ah, está el policía este.
Hey, hold on a minute there. I'm afraid you're committing a 351. That's trespassing on private property. I'm gonna have to ask that you vacate the premises immediately, or I'm afraid I'll be forced to radio this in. Huh? What call are you talking about there, Chief? And who might you be then, Chief? Yeah? That pay well? Taking one look at you, I'd say no. No shame in that. Us working class folks gotta look out for our own. You get a promotion out of it. How about buying an old chunk of bear claw and a cup of joe? Look, I'll let you in, but I'll be filing a 62A on this when I get back to the security station after my shift. Just so you're aware. Yeah, that's right. I mean, who wouldn't file a 45B, huh? Everyone knows about 45B. Anyway, go ahead on in and you have yourself a nice night.
Bueno, acá están los cuadros de Caín. No, esto no lo voy a hacer porque te baja humanidad. Tengo 7 puntos. Bueno. Estos hay que romperlos en el orden. A ver. Primero, Caín mató a Abel. Después, Caín maldecido por Dios. Luego Caín conoce a Lily. Y por último, Caín rechaza a Lily. Tenían una protección los cuadros. Mierda que da este. Pega duro. Toma. Bueno, igual salgo por atrás por la duda. Voy a ver a Janet. Ah, no, a Teresa. A ver igual si te dice algo el policía. No, no dice nada. Igual me dejó daño grave, ¿eh?
You. What were you thinking? The museum. That was my event! Did you think I wouldn't find out? Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture. But nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others. But how dare you! Don't lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tongue's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum. Excellent. I'll take that. However, Jeanette claimed you did it for her. But let's say I believe you. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call off the food. There's only one problem. If Tongue gets word that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first. I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile, but I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones. I want to see my sister. Yes, I'll call it off once I've spoken with her myself. Just do what I ask.
Bueno, ahora tenemos que ir al bar. Acá el comedor. ¿Y estos matones? Me quieren dar. Sacaron bastante vida, ¿eh?
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her designs, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business. She's crazy! Help!
Se armó un quilombo. ¿Qué pasó acá? No me había pasado bastante. Ya, tenés. Me persigue la policía. Voy bien. Alimentarte también te cura, por eso estoy comiendo ratas. Nunca me había pasado esto, ¿eh? La policía. Se quedó bugueado. Y a ver si puedo recargar. No, lo voy a hacer de vuelta. No sé qué pasó. Dale, venga, 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 venga. Le pegó al otro. Y lo voy a dejar a este. Por si llama a la policía, ¿no?
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her designs, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business. She's crazy! Help! You. I'm really sorry it had to end this way. I truly am. You seem promising, but you've been tainted by the stink of my sister's schemes. And now, I'm going to make sure she never double-crosses me again. Don't listen to her. She'll kill us both. Save me and I'll help you find Bertram, I swear. Shut up, Jeanette! I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me! You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
Esta Malkavian está personalidad múltiple, tío. No sé qué hacer, no sé si...
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore! Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead! Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up! Just shut up! Don't try and stop me. I've had to overlook her treachery, her seduction, relations with my enemies, and the consequences of it. But I won't endure her any longer. Endure me? Dear sister, you've done everything you could to smother me. You love to bury me in your closet, along with all your other skeletons. I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me, when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taken care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down. Blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life, and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
La verdad que estas Malkavian están de la cabeza, ¿eh? Esta Malka...
She's a control freak. people, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you. As I said, to trust Jeanette is to trust a famished jackal not to eat you while you sleep. Therese will never let you live. You disappointed her. I used you, yes, but I didn't try to have you killed. Therese has no problem with killing, do you? Remember Father? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him. Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face. The police sure did. They broke us up for a little while, remember? The first thing you did after your escape was find me. Enough! Don't say another word about that. So, sweet sister. Is this how it has to end? I admit I always knew this night might come. Well, any message you want me to give Father? An apology? A love letter? I should turn this on you next, but I won't. Without Jeanette's assistance. Tongue, you're no threat. I'll call off the feud if that will get you out of my city.
Sobrevivió Therese.
Tongue's hiding out in an abandoned oil tank at the old gas station. I'll tell him that one condition of a truce is that he help you. Our business then is finally complete. What you witnessed here, not a word to anyone.
Bueno, sí, me parece que voy a hacer la misión grosa. Ya tengo un montón de puntos. Voy a poner acá. Y intrusión. Te pide 6 y este pide 8. Voy a subir este, me parece. Voy a esperar un poco. Me parece que voy a hacer la misión de el almacén y listo. Acá está el Noferatu.
The one and only. Don't bother with the introductions, fledgling. I know who you are. News travels down the kindred grapevine like wildfire. And that courtroom spat between LaCroix and Nines Rodriguez is a juicy little morsel. And you in the middle. How interesting. I've been watching the place. The Sabbat has a bunch of low-life humans working day and night to move stuff through there. There's some major staging going on. The Sabbat. Jeez, you are green. It's like this. We're all monsters, like it or not. I'm not gonna say the Sabbat are the evil vampires, because none of us are the good guys here. But the Sabbat, they glorify their monstrous nature. They refuse to hide it, and go out of their way to show it. They're also brainless and reckless. They have a life expectancy of a vampire fruit fly. As far as I can tell, the humans seem to know the score from the way they've been talking. I think most of them have aspirations of joining the next graduating class of shovelheads. Ugh, losers. Yeah, the Sabbat like everyone to know just who they're dealing with. So if you get in there and have to bust a few heads, don't feel bad. Think of it as upholding the masquerade. Yes, I can. Just tell me when you're ready, and we'll leave. Once you're there, however, you're on your own. You'll have to get into the place and plant the explosives in the middle office to take the whole structure down. Alright, I guess. Come back when you're ready to go. But don't be too long, fledgling. This isn't really something we planned around your schedule.
Sí, me parece que voy ahora.
You ready to go?
Didn't you hear? A new shipment came in. Some pretty serious hardware.
Yeah, I heard. But what the fuck?
Hey, stop, man! Come on. Freeze, motherfucker!
Acá me parece que había algo. No. Ah, acá está, sí.
Freeze, motherfucker!
Ah, tengo full sangre, qué boludo. Con esta aguanto nomás. Seis. Tengo 4. Sí, está. Lo dejo seco este.
Freeze, motherfucker!
Bueno, pongo la bomba. Este es un Sabbath. Creo que es un Gangrel. Mierda. Voy a usar poder de sangre también. No me acordaba para dónde era.
The warehouse. Your handiwork, I presume?
Claro, este era el otro que me decía que confíe. La vidente.
Hopefully no Sabbat saw you escape. They can be somewhat antagonistic. I see my reputation for once does not precede me. My name is Beckett. I haven't been following you per se. We've just coincidentally been at the same places at the same time, for different reasons. So sorry if I unnerved you. Tell me, have you by chance seen or felt anything strange since your embrace? A ghost? Quite ordinary. I generally pay wraiths no mind. All but a few are willing to give up their secrets. She's undoubtedly Malkavian. Or should I say, they are undoubtedly Malkavian. Thin bloods. They're a fascination of mine. They are considered a weaker, more human-like kindred. Hence the name, Thin Blood. But they are sired same as any of us. I've heard a large concentration of them live in this city. They're one of the reasons I'm in Los Angeles. Most of my contacts here report sensing something unusual in the night air, like a sense of dread or pressure. But I'm not a native to these parts, so I can't tell if it's irregular. And since you're still fresh, perhaps you're not attuned to it. Pleasure meeting your acquaintance, but there are rumblings for me to discredit. We shall, I'm certain, meet again. Or never again. Good night, young one. And be careful. You're very likely being hunted by the Sabbat.
Sí, ya he vuelto.
Nice work, fledgling. I felt that explosion a mile away. It's all over the news, too. Man, there's gonna be some pissed off Sabat just howling for blood tonight. Beckett. I know of him. Why? No kidding. Huh. Must be something major happening if he's in town. Beckett is a historian of sorts. He's unearthed more vampire lore than anyone. Well, that's all Beckett does. Seek the truth behind our condition. Like what? Clans are just bloodlines, you know. A common root shared and passed on from sire to child.
Ah, este te habla de todos los clanes, su opinión.
They're a bunch of malcontents. They get pumped up by rousing the rabble they keep around them. Like, that's hard. Nothing breeds faster than contempt. And that's what the Bruja are all about. Jealousy and contempt. Sure. Well, they fancy themselves loners and drifters running around the countryside and barking at the moon. It's all just an act. Gangrel can walk upright. They just choose not to. Sure. Malkavians are, interesting. There's something to them. Learning to sort the wisdom from the bullshit can be some work, and, not all of them are worth listening to, but, they're all good fun, if you ask me. Sure. The Nosferatu are damn good at what we do. No one even argues that. If you need to know, if you want it found, you come to us. We're indispensable. Not a bad place to be in the afterlife. The Nosferatu stick together, pool resources. We have more going on than anyone could guess at. Our web blankets the night. I'm loyal to the clan, loyal to my primogen, and therefore loyal to the Camarilla. The Nosferatu are the eyes and ears of the Camarilla, so they take care of us. They value our services, or don't want to be on our bad side. Either way, no one bothers us. What am I gonna say? He's the boss now. He's LaCroix's iron fist. No one knows the sheriff, really, except LaCroix. No one even knows the guy's name. There's lots of rumors about him, though. I heard LaCroix picked him up in Africa over 100 years ago. Obviously, they work well together. Sure. What am I gonna say? He's the boss now. Sure. From what I hear, he's a likable sort, and that's a problem. Nines Rodriguez is the kind of guy you want on your side, and more kindred go anarch every day because of him. Sure. You better get back downtown. Prince LaCroix is gonna want to hear all about this victory. What do you need? I know you did. Sharp kid. Can track like a bloodhound. I watched him work for a while before I approached him. I had no idea how eager he would be to help. I knew you would. I had him watching you-know-who for me. It was inevitable you'd pass through our joint. I told him to keep an eye out for you, gave him lines to feed you, a whole bit. Come on, fledgling, don't ever think you're ahead of the ball in this game. No matter what action you take, some kindred you never even met already foresaw it and found a way to profit from it.
Es el experto el Nosferatu.
Like what? Sure, fledgling. It's war out there after all. The anarchs. Yeah, I respect what they do, strenuous liberty and all that jazz, but they're kidding themselves. Wherever there's an ounce of power to be had, there'll be people dicking each other over. You think the Camarilla invented that? From what I hear, he's a likable sort, and that's a problem. Nines Rodriguez is the kind of guy... Sure. I don't rub elbows with the pretty bloodsuckers much, but I've seen them work people like puppeteers, and that's admirable. Now, if only they'd get off their slimy asses and put their talent to some use besides feeding their egos. Sure. Mages. I don't have any reason to trust them. They're creepy, and I think they like it that way. But to be honest, I don't hear much about the Premier. There's a few in LA, but all in all, there's not that many of them.
Aquí tienes uno enfrente.
Well, from what I hear, you're part of a dying breed. Sure. Well, they get a bad rap if you ask me. Everyone likes to take shots at the man in charge, but when it comes to getting the job done, the Ventru know how to step up. They can take the heat. Sure.
Ah, igual no están todos los clanes.
Well, they get a bad... Yeah. The Camarilla works. When you let vampires run wild, you wind up with caitiff frenzying in the streets, then bloods blowing the Masquerade, and hunters sniffing around. Law and order is the kindred's friend. Caitiff are just riffraff vampires who don't know anything about vampire society. Don't know their clan, mutt vampires. What I suspect you were perilously close to becoming if LaCroix hadn't intervened. Yeah. You ask me, the Sabbat makes no sense. They couldn't care less about the Masquerade, and they seem to care even less about themselves. It's like, hey, let's all spread hell on Earth so we can feel big and bad. Oops, I'm dead. Now how did that happen?
Bueno, listo. Ah, acá está el taxi para irme. Bueno, quería hacer una instrucción. Seguridad o destreza. Voy a subir este. Bueno, ahora sí. Voy para el hospital ahora. Y acá está el banco de sangre. Mejor ingreso por el frente.
Please, wait your turn and you'll be seen. Nobody told me to expect any technicians. Fine, whatever. Here's the key for the second floor. Stairs are down the hall. Tell the guard upstairs you're here to work on the network.
La persuasión es muy útil, como pueden ver. Bueno, acá estaba la chica herida, me acuerdo. La voy a convertir en mi ghoul.
You... Who are you? Oh, what did you do? What did you do to me? No, you did something. I can feel it. It's fixing me. I kissed your wrist. What did you do? I feel like I know you. Like you've always been here.
A esta chica no hay que decirle que sos un vampiro, porque llama a la policía. Conviene dejarla así. Después sola va a venir porque es tu ghoul.
I just need some rest now.
Bueno, acá hay un chabón. Acá no hay nada. Pastillas.
Dr. Button, tell the operator. Dr. Button, tell the operator.
Encontré la morfina para Mercurio.
How are his vitals? I'm sorry, sir, but you're going to have to wait outside like everyone else. No exceptions. Get out of here. Can't you see I'm with a patient? You're trying to blackmail me? You don't know who my wife is. She wouldn't believe you. Now get out. Wait now. What do you want? Deal. But I'm in the middle of something. I'll have to drop it off later. Now never speak to me about that again. Get a crash cart in here.
Los chantajeé este. Bueno, ahora también puede dar un poco de sangre también. No solamente le saqué dinero, también sangre. Bueno, acá creo que no puedo abrir acá. No. Bueno, voy a bajar. Este es el hombre de las bolsas de sangre. Ah, exitoso. Aplaudí.
You next up for the needle? Hmm? Your donation could save a life, you know. Oh, but isn't it a little late for altruism? I don't think you're here to give blood at all. I don't buy it, Jack. I bet you're here to take blood. Am I right? Right down to business. None of this pretend I don't drink blood shit. Very refreshing to find a decisive customer. I respect that. So, what would it be? If you have to ask.
Tengo una bolsa, $99. Ah, por ahora no compro nada. A ver esto.
Now serving number 26? Number 20. Need a fix? Employees only. Them's the rules of the queen bitch herself. She did, huh? Queen bitch told me never to let anyone back there. I remember her repeating it over and over in that cold, pretentious voice of hers. Opened.
Ah, la abrió. Ya tengo la contraseña del frigorífico. Y acá también se puede sacar hablando con este.
Who are you? What are you doing back here? Oh, you here for the special sauce? I think you want the clinic upstairs. Are you sure you're supposed to be here? I think you want the...
Así me recargo la sangre. Fiambres. Almacén B. Este es el fiambre.
Enter business cell, the operator.
Claro, me dio un carro, una tarjeta. Cajas Foxy. Y también tengo la morfina. Ah, mira acá. No podía pasar antes. Bueno, acá ya fui. Es este de acá, a ver este.
Enter business cell, the operator. Dr. Business cell, the operator.
Esta es Lily. Ah, no, Lila. Lila.
I need it. A drop of it on my tongue, sliding down my throat. The hot flash in my brain lighting up my body. I can smell it everywhere. Blood. Let me go. It's painful, like I'm going to die. It's calling. Never felt like this before. Let me go. I can smell it. I have to have it.
Claro, esta chica la tienen acá prisionera y le sacan sangre, parece.
You don't look well at all. Oh, sweet mother of God!
The heat. It's never been so satisfying. All of it. I drank until I heard his heart stop, and I was sucking on a dry, dead artery. It was euphoric. But I've killed him. I've never killed anyone before. What happened? What came over me? Beast? What is that? Why couldn't I stop myself? Why did it feel so right? I tried to steal some blood. I heard they sold it. I was hungry, and I can't hunt in town. They caught me, and I was trapped. Thought I'd never escape, but I killed a man. I have to get out of here. My name is Lily.
Sí, Lila.
E? You know E? How do you know E? I tried to tell E about his condition, but he was so furious at me for what I'd made him into, he wouldn't listen. A thin blood, from what I've been told, is a vampire whose blood is weaker than most. Rolf, my sire, told me some vampires consider thin bloods a bad omen and want them destroyed. Rolf wasn't a thin blood, and apparently I am. I don't know why. Rolf abandoned me. His group wouldn't take me in. They said I was a liability. He left me with so many questions, and I did the same thing to E, but I didn't want to leave E. He forced me out of his life. I should go. I have to get out of here. Maybe out of the city. Soon. E doesn't hate me anymore? I'll go see him. Thank you. Oh, about tonight, what I did? Please, don't tell E. It's not my fault. I couldn't control it. I've never done anything like this before. I'm no killer.
Why'd you have to go and let that bitch out? There's one less Bill in the world now. Why'd you have to let her go and eat him, huh? Now I'll never get to do in that bastard myself. Well, you know what? No blood for you. No more! That's interesting. A missed opportunity. Guns make people cocky. They never appreciate what a skilled hand married to a knife can do. All you have to do is get close enough to cut off the trigger finger. Or their face. You like to talk, don't you? I want to hear a story. Tell me, what's the best way you violenced up someone? I want to hear every grisly detail. If I like your story, I'll sell you some blood.
Este es un psicópata.
Blood comes from out of the living, from all kinds in a red torrent. Crimson seep at the speed of a heartbeat. For each drop, a teeny bit of life shed. You don't care how it's got, as long as it is. You'll be begging for it, and not getting it.
Si este chabón no me vende sangre. A ver.
Blood don't grow on trees. Fair? How fair? Fair is double that. Fair enough. Need anything right now?
Tuve que pagar $200. Bueno. Y arriba... No, ya me voy de acá. El primer piso lo dejo para después. A ver si puedo vender algo acá.
Welcome back. Guess what? Got my license to sell weapons. Came in the mail a week ago. Guess I just spaced it. Anyway, if you're interested, yeah, it's freaking me out, to be honest. I'm open all night in Santa Monica. Police don't rank amongst the nation's most worthy.
Este está bueno. Ah, pero me parece que yo lo compré. Bueno, le vendo esto. Este no se puede. Tengo que ir a ver al vampiro ese oriental. Pero yo tengo la tarjeta. ¿Qué rayos es eso? Ah, bueno. ¿A dónde va? Oh, ¿cómo hacía para sacar la habilidad? No me acuerdo. Ah, opciones. F8.
Yo, dude, you do that thing yet? Oh, thank God! Oh man, yes! That thing was hounding me like every night. Look, still haven't heard anything from Bertram. Sorry, okay? I'll still let him know, but for now, I have no way to repay you. Bertram said it's like a vampire, but different, you know? It's like what they have in China instead of vampires. He said lots of them are coming to California for some reason, I don't know. Oh man, thanks again for your help.
Buenísima. Le voy a dar las pastillas a Mercurio. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Por qué no está Mercurio? Se lo tenía que haber dado antes.
Brought my Lily back. She told me all about what happened. I don't know why you helped us, but your blood's worth bottling. I'll never let her go again. Thank you. I'm gonna be getting out of LA soon. Too dangerous here. Rosa told us something big's about to happen, and I don't want to be here when the jack comes out of the box. Take that for what you will.
Hi. This life's been hard on him. Both of us. But he forgives me. We're leaving soon. I have some family with a place out in the middle of nowhere in Oregon. It should be okay for us to stay out there, as long as we're together.
A ver este.
Do you have any of those items you mentioned? I'll buy as much as you've got.
Ah, ya sé, tengo que ir a Pechado me las compra más caras. Las que tengo en el hotel. Otra misión de la Croix.
have any of those items you mentioned? I'll buy as much as you've got. I think I have enough for the procedure now. Thanks for the blood.
Bueno, pero ahora tengo $704. Y qué lástima, olvidé darle la morfina. Ah, voy al hospital otra vez. Tengo que ir al piso 1. El policía no se da cuenta. A ver.
This area is for hospital staff only. Yeah, she called. I don't remember hearing anything about computer problems, but you'd know better than I would. I'll open the door for you. Follow me.
Este me parece que me lo voy a matar. Así recupero el suministro. ¿Y qué me dio? Una llave, me parece. Acá ya me metí. Acá, a ver, para. Ahí hay una cámara. Y ahí hay otra. Este es el fármacos. Y este es control de sustancias.
Mr. Button's Bell, the operator. Dr. Button's Bell, the operator.
Puerta CS.
Mr. Button's Bell, the operator. Dr. Button's Bell, the operator.
Seguridad CS.
Dr. Sandel, the operator, please. Dr. Sandel, the operator. Mr. Button's Bell, the operator. Dr. Button's Bell, the operator.
Tengo que desactivar las cámaras.
Mr. Button's Bell, the operator.
Llave del cuarto de mantenimiento. Ah, Cámara de control de sustancias desactivada. Por motivo de... Control de sustancias. Sí, está desactivada. Ahí está. Ahora voy a desactivar la otra. Cámara de almacenaje desactivada por motivo de seguridad. Sí. Está desactivada, ¿no? Sí. Bueno, ya está. Ya tengo la sangre del hombre lobo. La tengo que dejar en el buzón. Ah, estos son los 75 del soborno. Sangre de hombre lobo. Ah, ya me dieron la recompensa. Tan rápido. A ver si está Mercurio para agarrar. Se escapó. Bueno, ahora tengo que ir al centro.
Where to?
Alto golpe, eh.
Let's drain it. Let's take it and leave it out for the sunrise.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Think you could blow up our warehouse and get away with it? Ah, Nick. Let's pull out
Leave.
There's 3 of us, Rodriguez.
Yeah. 3 of us.
What are you gonna do? Shoot us? This ain't over. We'll find you. You too, Rodriguez. You're both dead. Nobody messes with a Sabat and lives.
Keep moving. Trouble sure seems to like you. Good effort. Execution needs a little work. You look like shit. Name's Nines. Should have been more careful, Luby. This ain't the burbs. Want me to go get him? You do what you want. Me? I got things to deal with. Why don't you pay me a visit at the last round tonight? I don't know what you've heard so far, but it's time you heard the real story. This is a mean existence. Stay out of trouble, kid.
Este es Rodríguez, es un brulla. Bueno, ya estoy en el centro. Bueno, voy a hablar primero con la Croix. Acá es el edificio.
Hey there, Chief. Small world, huh? Yep, after that gallery, I didn't think I'd be able to get a job guarding a room full of jack squat from the boogity man. But then I get a call offering me this sweet night shift slot, and I'm back in the security game. Well, enough about my lucky break. You, here to see one of the bigwigs, Chief? Would that be Sebastian LaCroix of the LaCroix Foundation, or Dwayne LaCroix of Insurrection Baby Formula Company? Okay then. Mr. LaCroix, he told me to expect someone fitting your description sometime tonight. You go right on up. Yeah, you have a good power meeting, or whatever it is you typed to up there. You need any security? Well, you just ring the front desk and ask for Officer Chunk. That's me, in case you were wondering.
Trozo. Y ahora acá. Oh, 10. La oficina de la Croix. Y ahí está su guardaespaldas.
There you are. I was informed of your presence in the building. Since you're here, I'll take the liberty of assuming you've destroyed the warehouse. This is correct, yes? Most excellent. I had no doubt you'd prove my decision a prudent one. I trust you encountered no impediments to your progress on account of my personnel. That is the answer I like to hear. You've done well, circumstances being what they were. I will admit, not many in your position would have overcome such a trial. But don't misunderstand me. It was no fool's errand. You may yet prove to be a genuine asset. It's a bit disturbing the lack of talent within this organization as of late. Tell me, what would you say to doing a bit of reconnaissance for me? There have been whispers, rumors spreading around the kindred community concerning the Elizabeth Dane, the cargo ship that was towed into port recently. Have you heard of it? The police are investigating the Dane as we speak. Even the Nosferatu have little information on what's been found. However, the reason the ship has caused such speculation is because it was transporting an object called the Ankaran sarcophagus. Now, I'm not one to predicate a decision based on conjecture, So what I need is fact. And more importantly, I need evidence that the occurrences on the Dane were not supernatural in nature, and in no way relate to this Ankaran sarcophagus. You have 3 objectives. 1. I want you to examine the sarcophagus for anything unusual. You may sense something peculiar about the sarcophagus. In fact, many kindred in the city have reported an uneasiness in the air since the Dane's arrival. Do not, under any circumstances, open the Ankaran sarcophagus. Secondly, the police have begun their investigation. Find out what they have concluded thus far. Thirdly, take the cargo manifest for the ship. I want to find out what else it was carrying. The last thing we want is police aware of our existence, so be careful what you do in front of them. And unlike the warehouse, you cannot wholesale slaughter a ship full of lawmen without consequences. Is this understood? Good. Oh, and it has come to my attention that you had an encounter with Nines Rodriguez earlier. The man so does love to throw that cretinous charm of his brashly about. What exactly did Mr. Rodriguez say? I see. Then, you should go humor the by-the-numbers rhetoric he's so desperately aching to spew. Oh, please, before the chance of fascist oppressor from that dive of theirs clog the air and choke the local kine. Give the Anarch community my regards.
El señor Lacroix es un Ventru. Bueno. Acá hay una misión, me acuerdo.
Help me! Help me! It's got them. It's coming for me now. It's coming for me. My crew, we were here shooting for my show. I'm a parapsychologist. Haunted LA. Oh, God was right behind me. We've got to get out of here. Look, I'll level with you. We usually fake these things, you know, ghosts. That's all bullshit. We were sitting up downstairs and weird shit started happening. My crew, they all started disappearing. I don't know what's happening. No, don't go down there. Get out. It's coming. It's coming.
¿Qué es lo que ha pasado aquí? Vaya.
Real terror is not the sight of death. It is the fear of death. What is the fear of death? Terror of the unknown. Is it these eyes you peer into? No. I am not the unknown. You and I are closer kin than you and it were. Drinking blood to sustain your death, you are damned, yes? What if, besides the blood of the living, you had to eat pounds of their flesh to maintain that thin facade of life? What would you call it? Twice damned?
Claro, esta es una vampira que también necesita alimentarse de carne, no solamente de sangre.
We drink blood. I eat flesh. Kine eat food. But Kine think us a monster. Without remorse, they would burn our body twice over to be certain we were destroyed. What is unnatural for some is vital for others. My birth name I tell no one. You may address me as Pisha. Pisha was the name of my companion and lover in a time before my death, 230 years ago. She has no need of it anymore. My stay in this city is transitory. I seek relics of the occult traced here and would trade similar artifacts to acquire them. But if you wish to bargain with me, the kind upstairs must be sent down here. He has seen too much. Tell him this was all a ruse, his friends playing a joke. He will come. He must come down here. If he leaves, the frail disguise we wear for mortals will be seen through. Eventually.
Y esta mujer hay que ayudarla porque después te da cosas muy útiles. Se fue el chabón. En los apartamentos Skyline. Ah, y acá está la capilla Tremere. Criaturas taumatúrgicas. Claro, esta habla de las gárgolas. Las gárgolas. Y los homúnculos.
Greetings, neonate. Might I assume you received my invitation? I have been looking forward to meeting you for quite some time.
Claro, este es un regente Tremere. Y ya me llamó neonato. Claro, porque me convirtieron hace poco.
Strauss. Maximilian Strauss. I am the regent of this chantry. Welcome. Ah, yes, forgive me. I forget that you are not embraced within the pyramid. We share the same blood, you and I, but there is much you have yet to learn about our clan.
Claro, yo no fui abrazado así nomás. No es que dieron la orden. Por eso dice que no estoy dentro de la pirámide.
Yes. This new life in which you find yourself undoubtedly seems strange. I'm sure you have many questions, young one. I will answer those which I am able. The pyramid is the social structure of our clan, with each level of advancement watched over by the next. There are apprentices here at the chantry who are my charges, and I have a lord who watches over me and other local regents, and so on. In most cases, Tremere are very selective about who they embrace and how it is done. There are traditions and laws that we adhere to, so the circumstances of your embrace were, let us say, unconventional. Therefore, you are outside the pyramid. Such things are possible, young one, but you would have to prove your worth to the clan before it would even be a consideration. Tremere guard their secrets well. Perhaps it is something we will speak of later. A chantry is a local gathering place for those of the Tremere clan. I live here, as do apprentices from time to time.
Claro, porque los aprendices a veces no tienen por qué vivir en las capillas. Solamente vive el regente y algunos que tengan aprobados algunos de los sellos. O sea, cada nivel en la pirámide de Tremere tienen 7 sellos. Cuando cumplen los 7 pasan al nivel de arriba. Yo soy aprendiz. Este chabón es regente. Si, por ejemplo, si aprueba los 7 sellos, pasa a ser señor. Después tenés pontífice y después está el consejero, pero el consejero son los vampiros, digamos. Es muy difícil llegar a ese nivel. En los vampiros que sirvientes de Tremere. ¿Ves? A ver qué me dice. Y tú eres un regente, ¿eso qué?
A regent is the leader of a chantry, as well as a teacher to young Tremere apprentices who are studying the mysteries of our clan. Let me give you some advice, young one. Your survival in kindred society will often depend on your ability to find out yourself what is going on around you. Remember that well.
Oh, gracias, pa.
As for what is going on here in downtown, the word on everyone's lips, kindred or kind, seems to be epidemic. It seems that disease has been spreading at an alarming rate throughout the downtown population. Considering our particular appetites, the local kindred are more than concerned about these developments. Yes, indeed. My opinion is that the local anarchs are responsible for these outbreaks. Their precipitous indulgence of certain passions often leads to such things. Ergo, their need for the watchful eye of the Camarilla. An interesting proposition. If you succeed in finding the cause of this epidemic and putting an end to it, I will compensate you appropriately for your efforts. Very well. Again, I recommend speaking with the anarchs. You can find most of them at the local watering hole, reveling in the vices of their former lives. I believe the place is called The Last Round. What is it you would like to know? The Camarilla. It is merely a kindred sect that exists to protect its members from the outside world. There are specific codes of behavior that we abide by in order to ensure the continuance of our species. It is nothing more and nothing less. Surely. What else would you like to know? No. There are many independent clans who are not aligned with the Camarilla. And the Sabbat is another sect of various vampire clans whose beliefs are very different than our own. Unsavory sorts, to say the least. I understand you have already run afoul of them. Ah, yes. The infamous Mr. Rodriguez. I understand you owe him your life twice now. Had he not intervened, the prince would have surely had that hound of his separate your head from your shoulders. In any case, it's a shame that Rodriguez cannot see the wisdom of the Camarilla. He would make a powerful ally. As it is a significant thorn in LaCroix's side, which serves my purposes just the same. LaCroix is a prince, neonate, and a Ventrue on top of that. Even if he weren't as young and indiscriminate as he's already proven himself to be, But I say too much. Let us just say that he and I have differing ideas on the use of power. Well, without saying too much, I think that Sebastian LaCroix lacks the usual discretion necessary to be prince. I see in him a lust for power that overshadows his responsibility to the Camarilla. No, young one. I aspire not to such lowly heights. My only interests are those of my clan and the Camarilla. You will do well in this new life, young one. That I can see already.
Claro, los Tremere siempre priorizan su clan ante que la camarilla.
Surely. The Anarchs feel that they don't need the structure and discipline of the Camarilla. I feel that they pose a threat, both to those loyal to the Camarilla and to themselves. Most are mere children and need our guidance. Surely. LaCroix is a prince, neonate.
Claro, eso ya le pregunté.
Of course. What is it you would... A chantry is a local gathering place for those of the Tremere clan. What is it? Of course.
Claro, acá es como... Las capillas tienen como una... Los Tremere siempre son como los magos de los vampiros. Le ponen como cosas mágicas y... Acá hay que saber cómo salir de acá, porque si no te quedas atrapado. Ahí está. Acá está, The Last Round.